Welcome everybody. I'm Romana Maiori.
Dario Polisi here. We're ready for you.
This is Joint Adventure Level 2. Which way are we going today?
Well, the way of the major scale of D is waiting to be explored.
That will make 4 scales that we studied.
So, there is another surprise. You had to get ready for your first solo.
Oh, then you really need to relax. Get your guitar and play on.
Play on.
Play on.
As we said in the introduction, we're going to study the major scale in D. All right, so I'll start with the string of D, of course, which is the 4th string on your guitar. So we play the open string. All right, then with my forefinger, I will place it on the 2nd fret, where I find the note of E. Then I will move to my ring finger, moving 2 frets, and find the note of F sharp. Okay. Then I will use again the open string of G, which is the 3rd string. Then place my forefinger on the 2nd fret again, okay, where I find the note of A. I have now a choice. Either I can put my ring finger again on the 4th fret to find the B string, or I can actually play the B string, so the open string. It's entirely up to you. We will try both versions. Anyway, after the B string, we will go again on the 2nd fret, where we find a C sharp, and finally we reach the higher D. All right, so we have the entire octave. Let's try once again. Let's try first of all using the open string of D. All right, so we start from 4th string, then forefinger on 2nd fret, ring finger on 4th, open string of G, 2nd fret, then open string of B, 2nd fret, and then with my middle finger I reach the octave. All right, let's do it once again. All right. Yes. All right. Now we tried different pattern by using, when you reach to the 3rd string, instead of going to the open string of B, we use our ring finger, as we said before, in order to find the B note. Okay. Let's try. So from open string of D, open string of G, ring finger, immediately your forefinger, and then we reach the octave. Okay, and the result will be all right. So you do have a choice, and sometimes it depends on the song that you are playing. For instance, if you use the major scale of D in order to improvise on a certain chord pattern, a certain chord progression, then it might depend on what you're doing. You can decide to use the open string of B or using your ring finger in the position on the 4th fret that we said before. Okay, so this will cover 1 octave. Of course, I can go up on the lower register. So, for instance, if I can take it from the open string of D, I can go back and find the C sharp on the 5th string, 4th fret, and the B, I'll find it on the 2nd fret. Then I use the open string of A, then G on the 6th string, 3rd fret, F sharp on 2nd fret, E, of course, is the open string of E, and I had to stop here because there isn't another string to go to. So the result will be if you had another string, you would go even lower than that. Okay, so this takes care of the lower part of the major scale in D. Of course, I can also go up on the major scale. If I start from the higher D that I reached before, remember, with your middle finger on 3rd fret, I can actually continue and go on the 1st string, where I play the open string of E, then again F sharp on the 2nd fret, then 3rd fret I find a G, and I find an A note on the 5th fret. Okay, and of course I can continue and go up neck until I reach over here if I want to. But today actually I want to concentrate on this particular area of the fretboard, because we're going to try a little solo. The solo is of course the part in which the lead guitar takes over from other instruments and begins to improvise or to play a certain melody, which is the theme of the song, for instance. Okay, so today we're going to try a little Beethoven. Why this? Because it's a very popular melody. Everybody knows the melody of the Ode to Joy. All right, it continues, but we'll concentrate just on this today. All right, so it's a nice song, actually. It's a nice tune. Beethoven spent about a year to think about it. Of course, it's only a little part of the monumental symphony that he wrote later, the 9th Symphony, which, by the way, if you have time, you should listen, because it's really, really interesting. Okay, so how do we play this small fragment of the Ode to Joy? All right, so start with the 4th finger on the 2nd fret, 1st string, and play twice. Then you move to the 3rd fret, only once. Then you move to the 5th fret, twice. Then go back to the 3rd fret, then to the 2nd fret, then open string of E, then you move to the 2nd string, 3rd fret with your middle finger, and play twice. Then again open string of E, then 2nd fret twice, and then twice the open string of E. All right, this is the first part. Let's try it together. And all right, so the second part is very similar. We start again from the 2nd fret and we'll go same thing. When I get here, twice the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, then I go open string of E once, then once on the 2nd fret, once again on the 1st string, and twice on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. All right? So in other words, the last part will be. All right? Let's see only the second part, eh? All right. Of course, if you practice slowly, even slower than this, the hands will remember better the melody. So do not ever get discouraged because maybe you cannot do it right away, because it takes time. You have to practice and go little by little with your own speed, your own capacity of getting things together. Also, you might have noticed that sometimes I leave my fingers on the fretboard. Okay, and sometimes I move them. Okay, why did I do this? Because people have different hands. All right, so there are people who have hands this long. For instance, Jimmy Page has very big hands. Some other people have smaller hands. So sometimes you are forced to move a little bit your hand so that you can actually fit, the fingers on the fretboard. All right, so we will try this melody on a song that you will see in the section, the Playtime section that follows this one. On a particular chord progression that we prepare. So this is the chord progression. We will start with an introduction, D and C. Then repeat. Then repeat again. That makes 3 times. And we go for a 4th time. Then we will go into D, G, then go back to D and A, then D, E7 and A7. Then we go into D, G, B minor, A, D, then C and G, 2, 3, 4, then refrain, and on the refrain you will play the solo, and we go. Ending will be like the beginning. D and C and 2 and 3 and 4, and we'll stay in C. Okay, so this is the whole song. Get ready, because now we have to do it all together. So let's move to Playtime.
Playtime. Joyful time?
Yes, and time to put into practice what we learned.
And if you haven't done it yet, please remember to subscribe to our channel and to follow us on Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram.
And put a thumbs up here below, please.
Yes.
So, what's today's song?
Major Deep Joy.
What we get every time we play.
Yes.
For the explanation, of course, refer to the second part of the lesson where we went into detail. Also for your first solo, Beethoven's Ode to Joy. Okay, are we ready?
Yes.
And we wish a world of joy to all of you.
Come back to visit us on Joint Adventure Level 2.
Yes.
We are here just for you.
We're here just for you. Ciao.
Ciao.